Western Conference, NHL Playoffs.
Chicago and Minnesota.
Chicago. All about Chicago. Chicago Blackhawks versus the Minnesota Wild. You're 1-8. Chicago dominant all year. Had that one.
Price says not to sleep on the Wild. I'm taking a big old nap right on them. Chicago hot all year. Had that great start to the season. I like Chicago in this series. Blackhawks won the season series 2-0-1. I'm taking Chicago, and I don't think it's much of a series. I take Chicago in 5. I'll be honest. I really feel like Chicago is just too dominant. They have too good a core of good young players. Not even young, but just good players. They have experience. They have playoff experience. They're not going to be surprised by anything. I really like Chicago in this series.
You know what? I do too. If you're a team that has 2 goalies that you need to debate about which one to start because both of them are having that good of a year, I think you're looking pretty good for the year.
That's a good problem to have.
But I will say Minnesota, they did win their final game to get into the playoffs, which is always an interesting thing because sometimes it really builds momentum and confidence. First time in 5 years that they've been there, though. Chicago was 18-3-3 at home on the year. Let's see. What else do I got? Oh, their goalie, Nicholas Backstrom for Minnesota, actually has struggled towards the end of the year. The man has given up 3 goals in 5 of his last 7 starts. He's tied for first with 24 wins this year. But the Blackhawks have Corey Crawford and Ray Emery, who combined to lead the NHL in goals allowed, giving up just 2.02 goals per game. Blackhawks went 17-1-0 with Ray Emery in the net. That's just sick. And from what I've read, if Minnesota wants to have any chance to win this series, they need to grind and grind and grind. Like, every time a Blackhawks against the board, hit them. Every time the puck is in the corner, hit somebody. Run into the goalie. Shove people. Fight. Push, kick, scratch, tear, anything you can think of. That pretty much from the gist of what I was reading last night is about the only shot Minnesota has of winning this series. I'm going to take Chicago in the sweep. I am that confident in them, and I think their goal...
I got them in 5. I'll take them in 5.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Anaheim, Detroit. Another team really solid all year long in the Anaheim Ducks. Playing a team in Detroit which had to really fight the last month of the season to even get into the playoffs. And you figure Detroit's almost like a staple of the playoffs. They're always involved. They almost didn't make it this year.
Yeah, this is not the Detroit Red Wings teams that we grew up with.
The Red Wings did win the season series, though, 2-1 over the Ducks. But I just think the Ducks are too consistent in a 7-game series. I don't think Detroit wins 7 games against this team.
You realize this is the 22nd straight year that the Detroit Red Wings have made the playoffs.
They're a staple. I'm just used to seeing them there year after year after year.
Had to win 4 in a row to get in. Anaheim, though, finished 3rd in the NHL for wins and points, while you had Detroit finish tied for 19th in goals per game. They rely heavily on, Datsuk and Zetterberg. I mean, these are guys that have been playing for as far back as I can remember. That's for damn sure. Now, between those two and Johan Franzen, the 3 of those guys scored 40 of the 124 Detroit Red Wing goals this year. So pretty much a third of their team's offense comes from 3 guys. While Anaheim has defenseman Francois, man, I'm going to torture this name. I'm so sorry. Beckerman. Beekman, close enough, who's actually a Norris Trophy finalist, which is the best defenseman of the year. And then they got Sheldon Surrey as well. These are two guys that are considered one of the best pairings defensively in the NHL. So you have scoring Detroit, defensive Anaheim. Even though I like defense. Always have.
So you're going with the Red Wings?
I think so.
I'm going with the Ducks. I'm going with the Ducks in 6.
I'm going to go with the Red Wings in 7. Yeah, I like the Red Wings in 7.
Ducks in 6. Give me the flying V all day. All day, every day. Always root for the Ducks.
It's hard not to. Really is.
Just
that
makes
whole
me
childhood
quack,
connection.
Quack,
Yeah.
quack,
Exactly.
Quack, 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 quack.
Oh, man, to be a little kid again. I miss it. So much fun. Any which way. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Vancouver, San Jose.
Now, this could be maybe the best series in the entire NHL playoffs in the first round. It really could. This is a rematch of the 2011 Western Conference Finals. Both teams seem to have ended their season on one of their playing some of their best hockey. San Jose went 12-5-1, while the Canucks went 13-4-1. Now, this is a situation where San Jose did own the season series. They went 3-0. You got Corey Schneider in goal for Vancouver, Antti Niemi in goal for the Sharks, who's actually having a career year. He went 24-12-6, 2.16 goals against average. They say that a young gentleman by the name of Ryan Kesler could turn into your quote-unquote wild card. Apparently, this is a young man that has been sort of inconsistent all year, but when he's good, he's really good. But when he's bad, you don't want him on the ice. So he could turn into your wild card for Vancouver. I mean, if he has a good series, then maybe Vancouver takes it.
Sharks did win the season series, though, 3-0.
Which does matter, and especially in a lockout-shortened season. That these guys knew every game mattered. This was all,
Yeah.
all in-conference games. You only played teams in your conference. So every game mattered. I highly doubt that, Vancouver was like, we'll take these 3, ironically take 3 games off against the Sharks. No, I guarantee that they wanted to win these. Now, one quote that I did steal from the notes that I was looking at is that it says, this may be an interesting matchup for many reasons. One of them is that these are 2 franchises that many people perceive as being in the final laps of their championship contending window. So that's why I say this could be one of the best series of the playoffs, is because if these teams feel that way, these guys perhaps may give even more than they might naturally already planned on giving. So I see this being a very good series. I'm going to take San Jose, though.
I'm taking San Jose as well.
Are you? Wow, we agree again, huh? All right.
Taking San Jose, but I'm going to take them at 7. I think it go, you know what?
I was going to say 6, so I don't know if you want to be the same.
Yeah, I'm going to be the same. I'm going to say 6.
All right, so we just got to write it San Jose in 6. Very, very well, sir. And last but not least, the other team that I'm rooting for in the NHL playoffs, the Los Angeles Kings. Because I had a lot of fun watching them play last year. I like the pace that they play at, the speed they go at. They're playing the St. Louis Blues, who they actually swept last year in the playoffs.
They swept this year in the regular season 3-0 as well.
Wow. Didn't even know that one.
So that's 7 straight against St. Louis.
They were able to outscore St. Louis 8-3 in just the first 2 games of the opening round series last year. Some consider this one as possibly the best series.
They outscored them this year 14-7.
Ouch. Jonathan Quick, baby. All about the quickness. Oh, yeah. This is a lot of people would consider these two of the top 5 favorites to win the entire Stanley Cup, not just the Western Conference, but actually the Stanley Cup itself. So, sadly, one of them is going to go home, which is going to knock out one of your top 5 favorites.
I think it's St. Louis that goes home. I like the Kings in the series as well.
Real quick, you know how you mentioned that the Kings went 3-0 against St. Louis this year?
Yeah.
Since the last time St. Louis has played the Kings and they lost, they went 12-3 the rest of the way through. So in their last 15 games of the year, or since the last time they played the Kings, however you want to look at it, St. Louis is 12-3. Both teams have some of the stingiest defenses. They're tied for 7th overall in the league for goals against at 2.38 per game.
Oh, wait, in the last, what do you mean? Maybe I missed that stat. What do you mean in the last, they're 12-3 in their last 15 games?
Since they've last played the Kings.
They last played the Kings on March 28th.
Yeah, they're 12-3 since they last played the Kings.
Okay.
So they lost to the Kings and they got hot. That's pretty much what I was trying to get at.
I still think the Kings cool them off, though.
Both teams good penalty killings. St. Louis ranked 7th in the league. Kings were 10th.
I think Jonathan Quick, though, is the difference maker for me. I think he has another good series. Seems to play this team well. Yeah, I really like the Kings in this series, and I like the Kings in 6.
I can't believe I'm going to do this because I really want St. Louis, the Kings to win, but I'm going to go with St. Louis. Everything I'm looking at just seems like they're the hot team right now. So I'm going to go with them. But you like the Kings in 6?
Yep.
And I'm going to take St. Louis in 6. I do. I like St. Louis. I mean, everything I'm reading, like I said, 12-3 over their final 15. Their goalie, Brian Elliott, played 13 of those 15 games, went 11-2 with a 1.28 goals against average, 3 shutouts, and a .948 save percentage. So the whole team just got hot in the last 15 games of the year. No question about it.